I would love to ask, we have business owners, entrepreneurs who, like, after 2-3 years, they try to sell their brand, they try to make it in business, but it's not going through. Is it like they're missing some things? Is there a button for them to click?
You have to find a product that people desire, that will solve a problem for people, not a product that you yourself desire. So most entrepreneurs, they have to break off from the kind of things they like compared to what people want, a need people have to solve. From solving problems, you'll be able to convert, unhappy customers to loyal customers, and more loyal customers increases the revenue. And understanding that customer service is no longer, when you wait for a problem to happen before you jump into action and start solving the problem. You have to actually start with doing a feasibility studies, understanding the markets you want to play in. You have to understand the pain point of the people you want to offer a solution to. So in terms of for you to be able to succeed as a business person, you have to get 4 things right. You have to get the product right, you have to get the price right, you have to get the place right, and you have to get your advertisements and promotion right. But when we talk about the product, the first thing that should come to the mind of an entrepreneur is product innovation. You see people who have a certain kind of product and they've been selling it for over maybe 3 years, and all of a sudden it looks like they are no more the business is no more doing well. First question you would ask is, this product I'm offering, is it still valuable to the people I'm offering it to? Is it still, what they want at this time? Is it still meeting their points of need? Because with, technology advancements and the likes, there are some products that, they have just, died a natural death because people have innovated better products that can meet those needs of the customers. And if you're not able to innovate, make sure that your product is, there's what we call the product circle. Make sure that your product is still required in the market. Then you stand a chance of succeeding in your business. The second thing I would talk about is the price of your product. There are different, ways of price. There are different types of pricing strategy, but just to make it a bit basic for everyone to understand, we would say if you're selling, for instance, bread, and everybody in the market is selling bread at let's say 1,000 naira, and you, after putting in your cost of production, materials, input materials and the likes, to make profit, you're selling at 1,400. I mean, you've already set up yourself to fail, considering that the product you're selling is, available at a lower price in the same market you want to compete in. At this point, a business owner would be looking to going back and finding out if maybe where you're sourcing your materials, you're not sourcing directly from the major manufacturers. That's where you have to go back to your supply chain and make sure that you're sourcing right and you're getting your materials at the right price. Then the third aspect that would help a business do well, especially for businesses that are having challenges, you have to look at your place, where you are, your location, where you are in the market. The question is, how easy is it for your customers to access your product? Now that most people are buying off the internet, you see situations where I would choose a vendor over the other vendor because of cost of delivery. If 2 people are selling the same thing and one person is closer and is cheaper, then I would want to save cost by going with that person. So you have to find out the place you are, how easy it is for your products to get to the end users. Then the last part is very key. We call it promotion in marketing. However, it's just simply advertising, branding, letting people know that you have this product and it can offer this solution to the end users. If you have a product that nobody has heard of, a product you're not making noise about, a product that you're not putting in the face of people, then most people might not even get to patronize you just because they don't even know it exists. So not just creating a good product, You must make sure that people know that you have a good product. You must also sell the story of what that product can do for the end users, because some people might not know they have a need. So if you have already envisaged their needs and you provide something that can solve a problem they don't know they have yet, it's also your place to let them know that you have a solution for their future and problems they don't already know they have. So, I mean, with all that, I don't think any business would find it difficult to,
So, how do you spot a potential client within 5 minutes? And how do you follow up to secure a business deal?
Okay, I think this goes to the selling itself.
Yes.
So, spotting a potential client actually depends on the product you're selling. Okay. We have different types of products, and I'll use when you're selling premium products to explain this better. So if I'm a car salesperson and I sell Mercedes-Benz, first way of spotting your customers is you have to assess the market. Like in Lagos now, if you want to assess the Lagos market and you want to be able to sell Mercedes-Benz cars, there's a specific area in Lagos you would, put in effort to get to meet these people. So first thing is to be able to qualify who is your customer, understand who exactly is your customer. So for instance, I want to sell a Mercedes-Benz. I would feel that my customers would be, yes, they might be, scattered everywhere, but they will be in the prime locations of each areas. Let's say you go to Lekki, Phase 1, you look at Victoria Island, you look at Ikeja GRA and the likes. Once you understand who your target audience is, if it is the 1% of the 1%, then you have to go to where you can meet the 1% of the 1%. You see in most corporate organizations, you see them registering in places like Ikoyi Club, tennis club, and the likes. That's to give their sales people or business development people an opportunity to meet the people that are their target customers.
Okay, thank you very much. I would like to ask this last question. What would be your advice to young people who want to venture into sales and marketing? I know, like, they categorize them like people who are suffering. Just go out of the sun, especially those working in the bank. So what would be your advice to people who want to venture into sales and they're watching us right now, to them, to encourage them?
Well, thank you for your question.
Okay.
And your opinion about sales is not different from my opinion when I started my career.
Okay.
So, we are trying to be real here.
Okay.
Most people are afraid of sales, especially because of the target.
That's what I
will tell you that
because of the target. It's strenuous.
Yes. The importance of the target cannot be overemphasized. It is what drives sales. So as a salesperson, once you believe in yourself and you know that you have what it takes, all the skill sets to close businesses, the target will no longer be a problem for you.
No.
When you're starting your career, it's always difficult, but once you have found your feet, most times salespeople who are already experienced, they actually exceed their targets without doing much. And that is why once you exceed it, the organization will push it forward, because they want to make sure that you're still driven. That target is still driving you to do more. Okay. So people shouldn't be afraid of the sales targets. People shouldn't be afraid of selling. It's not. It's a very good career. It would help you in the long run, especially for people like, I would say, a lot of people, their end game, their retirement plan is to start a business. The entirety of a business or success of a business depends largely on sales.
Yes.
So if you start now and hone your sales skills, by the time you're retiring from any, if you're a doctor and you're retiring and you want to start, a clinic for yourself, you would not just be the doctor who is seeing patients. You're going to be the doctor who would go out and look for business and look for patients. You start a school. As a teacher, when you retire, you're not going to be the teacher who will be teaching in the class. You would be the person who would go out and look for business for your school. So if you hone these skills at an early stage, it will prepare you for a very, successful retirement, and it will make your retirement plan 100%, successful.
Oh, thank you very much, Ma. And we've come to the end of this section, Voices of Regalo. I am Nkechi Jane Obodoke, and I'm speaking with
Chimsom Ohiaeri
on Voices of Regalo.